This is a Warmachine battle report with Cygnar versus Khador. On the Khadoran side we have Supreme Commandant Irisk with Silage Visionaire and a Bonded Conquest, a full unit of battle mechanics, 2 full units of Iron Fang Pikemen with the Black Dragon unit attachments, 2 Iron Fang Kovniks, a unit of Widowmakers, and Epic Arrows. On Cygnar's side we have a unit of Rangers, with the leader hiding behind a rock, full unit of Boomhowler and Company, a unit of Gun Mages with the Officer attachment and the Marshaled Avenger, a Trencher Master Gunner solo, Triumph, and the Defender with Kara Sloan, and she brings a Squire and Reinhold. Irisk allocates 1 focus to the Conquest and keeps the rest for himself. The Conquest spends his focus to run up 8 inches onto the board. The Iron Fang Kovnik moves up and gives Shield March to the Iron Fang Pikemen, which gives them +2 inch movement if they issue a shield wall order, which they do, and they can now move up 8 inches. Irisk then walks up and he casts Fire for effect on the Conquest, which gives it boosted attack and damage rolls on its first range attack each activation. He then casts Tactical Supremacy on the Pikemen, which allows them to move up to 3 inches after all models have ended their activations that turn. Silas walks up behind Irisk. The battle mechanics run up behind the Conquest. Widowmakers moves up onto the hill. Try to shoot at the Rangers, but realize they have stealth in the forest. The second Iron Fang Kovnik moves up and gives Shield March to the Iron Fang Pikemen, who issue a shield wall order and march up the board. Irisk checks his command range and sees not all pikemen will be in his command range and benefit from total obedience, which would give them tough. Iris then runs up 14 inches. The first unit of pikemen can now move up to 3 inches thanks to Tactical Supremacy. Sloan allocates 1 focus to each of her jacks and keeps the rest for herself. Then Reinhold moves up and uses his special action Reload to give Sloan an additional ranged attack during her activation. The Rangers activate and issue a run order. Only 1 of the Rangers runs up to be able to use his passive ability Mark Target, which gives other friendly faction models +2 to range attack rolls against enemy models within 5 inches from him that are in his line of sight. He is out of command range and has to make a panic test and fails, so he is flee. Sloan activates and walks up onto the hill. She measures her control area to see if the pikemen are close enough to shoot at. Doesn't look like it, so she casts Fire Group, which gives her and her battle group +2 inch range on their ranged attacks. First pikeman is within range. She needs a 5 to hit. She gets it. It's -6 for damage. triggers a tough roll, which fails. Second pikeman within range. Again, 5 to hit. It's a hit. 6 for damage. Triggers another tough roll. Also fails. Squire moves onto the hill to get a +2 defense. Triumph moves up, it's 5 inches. Targets the Black Dragon officer, and he now has a range of 18 inches. He is within range. It's a 6 to hit. Doesn't boost, and he gets it. Boost the damage, -3. Does 10 points of damage, which is enough to trigger a tough roll, which fails. Defender activates, moves up. He decides he should move onto the hill instead to get a better view of the enemy army. He targets one of the Iron Fang pikemen. He is within 18 inches. He needs a 7 to hit and boost it. He fails on 3 dice. Now the gun mages activate. They make an advance. The officer is distracted somehow and forgets to move, but they are all within command, so it's okay. First gun mage uses his rune shot snipe, but it's still out of range. So the rest of them will not try to shoot, because they will also be out of range. The Avenger moves up 4 inches. He targets the Widowmakers using rune shot snipe. It's short, so it deviates 5 to the 1. Hits 2 of the Iron Fang pikemen. And I roll -11 for damage and boost the first roll and kills him. He's not within Iris command, so he doesn't get tough. The second one doesn't kill anyone. The Trench Master Gunner moves up and uses dig in to get him cover, does not block line of sight and does not take blast damage. Lastly, the Boom Howlers run up. Boom Howler uses Fell Call of Defiance for a 4+ tough roll. Iris upkeeps Fire for effect and Tactical Supremacy, and 1 is upkeep for free because of Silas Vishnalur, and he keeps the rest of the focus for himself. Iris walks up, she takes a shot at one of the Trollkin. She needs a 3 to hit. She gets it. She uses Sniper to cause 1 auto point of damage, triggering a tough roll, and the Trollkin shows the Khadoran how it's done. Widowmakers activate, and 1 stands still to aim. The other 3 move around. The aiming one targets the Ranger and needs a 5 to hit, but misses. Next one targets the knockdown Trollkin. He hits, using Sniper to target tough roll, and the Troll is tough again. Next Widowmaker misses, so he doesn't shoot the knockdown one. Next one hits, target tough roll, and the Trolls are tough today. Kovnik walks up and gives the Iron Fang pikemen shield march again, and they issue a shield wall order. And they advance their 8 inches. And they pop their mini feet to get +4 arm, so they are now at arm 22. Khador moves up and follows the example of his comrade. He gives shield march to the other unit of Iron Fang pikemen, who then issue a shield wall order and they move up. They cannot, however, pop their mini feet because their officer is dead. 4 of them are in melee range of my ranger, so they make a combined melee attack and they hit and totally slaughter the poor ranger. It's the first casualty of the Cygnar army. Now the mighty conquest activates. He moves up 4 inches and carefully positions himself. And he is feeling particularly lucky today, so he decides to take a shot at Cara Sloan. He's on a hill with defense 18, so he needs a 14 to hit, and it's a miss. Shot deviates 6 to the 6 and is totally harmless. He then uses his creeping barrage to put out 4 AoE 3s, which causes a power 6 blast damage roll to anyone who enters or ends their activations in them. Then the battle mechanics, they run up behind the conquest. Iris activates. He casts his spell Artifice of Deviation. Silas moves a bit. Now Tactical Supremacy triggers. So the Iron Fang pikeman moves around 3 inches. Sloan allocates 1 focus to each of her warjacks. Then Reinhold walks up. He uses reload to give Sloan an extra shot. Sloan then activates and she walks into the creeping barrage. She does not take any damage, however, because she's at armor 18 with a 4 focus and it's power 6, so it's minus 12 to damage. She checks her control area to see how close Iris is. She casts Fire Group to make sure he is within her range, and she pops her feet and gives all friendly faction models boosted range attack rolls. And she targets Iris with her first ranged attack. She measures if he's within range, and he is within range. Attack is boosted, needing a 7. It's a hit. She boosts damage, minus 6 to damage. And she does 13 points of damage. The defender can now take a free shot because of her feet. He targets a pikeman. He hits and kills it because he can't make his tough roll. Second shot on Iris hits. She boosts the damage. Now it's 10 to kill. 4 dice. And it's a kill. It's a Cygnar victory.